Hello everyone, and welcome to Divine Debut 11. This is Kathy speaking, and thank you for joining us here on this premiere of our Wednesday readings, the love reading, usually concerning twin flame or a soulmate or even a karmic connection that you may be in. So, I hope that you're all doing well. Thank you for your support, your love always, and commenting and liking and sharing this video. Thank you so much. Also, we are doing the Twin Flame messages by Mystic Moon as personal messages. We did get your opinion, and most of you did ask for this deck, so we'll be using that. You may comment yes please beneath the video, but because I am preparing the love readings for August, give me a few days. At some point I will get your message out to you. Okay, today we're doing it a little bit different. As you know, I always like to change up and do things, I don't like to get boring, so I'm always trying on something new, and I'd love to hear your opinion, of course, if you feel like commenting as to what you think about today's reading. So we've got the Major Arcana cards here, which Major Arcana cards are like the outer planets, let's say, the more transpersonal planets, such as, up to Saturn. Saturn is visible with the naked eye, but after Saturn, we've got the bigger players, right? We've got Uranus, we've got Neptune, we've got Pluto. So they're more the collective, the generational planets. Not to say that, in the Major Arcana we don't have all the planets. They are. For instance, and I'll be explaining it as I'm doing the divine spread, because that's what I'm going to do today, and then take another layer on top of the Major Arcana. Major Arcana cards they're more like the calling of fate, right? Fate comes in to bring changes to our lives. So remember, this is a general reading, may or may not resonate. We do have a 50% off special for patrons. That's a slashing of all, of the half price off all our services, whether it's astrology, whether it's tarot, whether it's a mixture of both, which are the deluxe readings that we offer for patrons. So if you're not a Patreon, consider becoming a Patreon. And a big thank you to our patrons always, as they have been, keeping us afloat in these challenging times. And I don't know when this special will finish, so get in soon, because just like that, the special will be over. So we're doing it differently today. We're doing a divine spread. Yes, please, you can comment beneath the video, not in the chat, as we are talking, connecting there. Astrologically, just quickly, the moon is transiting through Libra. Here is the moon in Libra, which is, the sign of relating to others, relationships. But Venus is at the last degree of Gemini. She's preparing. Tomorrow she will enter Cancer. Therefore, she'll be more sensitive, more loving, nurturing, providing, that love, that openness where emotional bonds are concerned. So maybe you've been dealing with dilemmas or adjustments or decisions. You or the person you are here watching this reading for, as Venus has been moving through Gemini. Because Venus and Uranus have been in the same sign for a little bit, you may have had some revelations, some shocks, some surprises. And we are in a Mercury retrograde, so returning back to old situations. Remember, Mercury's retrograde, so a lot is happening. Just giving you an example, my washing machine 3 months ago, and it would have been on the Mercury retrograde, because he retrogrades every 3 months. So today the washing machine started playing up again on the retrograde. As many of you know, we've got a burnt out engine, it caught on fire. Our car, Mercury, is the way you get from point A to point B. Anything electrical, white goods, computer, communication, it's all breaking down. So Mercury is so close to the sun here in Leo that Mercury is getting burnt, literally burnt. Leo is a fire sign, and Leo is the sign of the heart. So our heart is going through a burning process where relationships and love is concerned. Now also, because Leo rules creativity, flirtation, and our children, or what we're creating, what we're inspired to take a risk to manifest, let's say, to create, to take charge. Expect tomorrow, the day after, some enlightenment, some aha moment, as Mercury is going to Kazemi with the sun, and he's going through a rebirth. So, and as Venus leaves the sign ruled by Mercury, we should have some things playing out tomorrow, the day after, let's say. And we've got Venus entering Cancer, and she's going to be coming up to Jupiter. Now, if you're not on Patreon, you don't know what's happening in August. Our Patreons on Tier 3 have got the analysis for the whole month. We have been talking about challenging aspects, oppositions of the difficult planets, as Mars is going to enter the sign of relationships, Libra, and be in opposition to Saturn and Neptune. So we've got difficult days until the 11th, and that's when Mercury turns direct, the day after Jupiter and Venus connect, but the blessings should come earlier. Jupiter is a big planet, therefore we need to give him a wider orb with his connection to other planets. The two benefics in Cancer, look to that area of your chart. There are some blessings coming in for sure. Anyway, we'll stop the astrology. Let's go into the tarot, because this is usually a tarot reading. And if you're interested in a personal reading, email us, divinedebut11@gmail.com. And if you're a reoccurring client, customer, and you've had a reading before, you are entitled to a discount. So ask about that, even if you're not a Patreon, okay? Because patrons get a discount always, and they also get into a lucky draw to be chosen for free tarot readings. We've been doing this for over 3 years. So it's something we're giving back to those who support us. And also look out for the winners, the July winners, patrons. We'll be doing that probably tomorrow. We'll be taking the next winners, okay, for Patreon. So make sure you're being notified. All right, let's go. We're not doing Karma Dharma today, but we're taking the major arcana cards, which is about Karma Dharma. So we'll see the divine spread, which many times the divine spread being a cyclical spread, like a horoscope, right? I do always take into account the positioning of the cards, just like in a horoscope, right, in the zodiac wheel, yeah, and take into account also the position of the cards and what they mean. So I always do explain that for those of you that may be new here. We've been doing the divine spread, which is our own spread, our own creation. We've been doing it for a few years now, and some of you really do like it. Everyone does Celtic Cross. It does get boring, so I do like to change things up. I'm a double mutable sign, so what do you expect, Let's go. What's going on, dear Spirit? In love, do concentrate on your person. Who is it that you're hoping to manifest? Is it someone from the past? Is it someone that you've been in cycles with and going through an ascension process? Or does it feel crazy and you've done so many cycles that you're thinking, I can't do this anymore. I need to release. I need to throw in the towel. I need to focus elsewhere and not get stuck, because that's the devil energy, obviously. And the devil, of course, is Capricorn, Saturn, And without Saturn, we can't have a long-standing, long-term relationship. But Saturn can also be someone who's got obligations to another relationship, who could be going through a karmic cycle in their life, or even a release, because Saturn, remember, Kronos in mythology, he is seen in the tarot many times holding a scythe, so he can speak to an ending, right? Let's see what's going on. Thank you, Spirit, for your guidance. Calling on our archangels. Gabriel, Michael, Lophil, Raphael showed up for us yesterday, and Michael. And Gabriel is our recent advisor, as he showed himself to me and in a vision. Let's see what's going on. Where is love at this moment? And surely things haven't been easy. July hasn't been an easy month at all. And the first part of August isn't going to be an easy month. After that, it will be very different. Let's see, dear Spirit, what is going on? What has been going on from the past? What's happening with the seed of the spread? So whether it's the deep past or whether it's the issue, we've got the Wheel of Fate. Very fated indeed. Whatever you've been going through, you know, Jupiter is a very spiritual planet. Jupiter and the wheel is the Wheel of Fate, the wheel of timing, of course, the wheel of change, destiny, expansion, growth, truth, possibly also separation, but also coming together, benevolence, right? So because this is a 10, obviously 10s break down to aces. So maybe you have had cycles coming to an end and then starting a brand new cycle, and going through another ascension process, because of course Jupiter does rule Pisces, also rules Sagittarius, mutable signs, right? Mutable signs which speak to transmutation and change and needing to be more flexible. Someone possibly going through a lesson of needing to be more flexible if you're dealing with someone, or you have very strong fixed energy in your chart. Right? Divine timing. That's what the Wheel of Fate is talking about. Some of you could also be dealing with a foreigner, someone who holds different beliefs. Some of you could be very spiritual and you're dealing with someone that isn't spiritual, and they needed their time to go through the lessons, to go through an awakening, right? Don't forget that also the North Node is in Pisces, and that's where the eclipses are happening as well. So Jupiter is in a very positive position now in the sign of Cancer, and soon will be connecting well to the North Node in Pisces. That shouldn't be too long, too far ahead. But this is also about seeing the bigger picture, right? Endings, new beginnings, legalities, and divine timing, plus also a very fated connection. What is hidden that we don't know about? Wow, we've got the Hermit, so Virgo comes through. The Hermit is someone usually, and we've got the Hermit, and here we've got the Wheel, a 9 and then a 10, which is all about movement, transition, going from the Hermit to the Wheel, which is more about truth. Someone's searching for that inner truth. You may have been dealing with someone that through your connection you've made them, you've steered them towards going internally to see the inner light. The Hermit is also this is someone very wise, or someone, you may be dealing with someone that's seeking the wisdom from someone that's older. This could be a doctor, this could be a psychologist, this could be just an advisor, someone in your person's life that's there to guide them and advise them. Virgo is also where the South Node is. Interesting. We've got North Node in Pisces, which is ruled by Jupiter, and we've got Mercury, Virgo ruled Mercury. Mercury's retrograde now, so at this time maybe your person has gone within, maybe there's no communication, maybe they're looking for that light, maybe they're searching for the wisdom. They could also be looking, through their awakening to astrology, to tarot, to also those very important relationships, right? Relationships that are not just physical but more on an ethereal level. So connections that are very, very important, that are very fated. So if this is your person, then they're at the stage of the Hermit, which is a 9, and 9s speak to a cycle coming to a close, because the next step would be the Wheel of Fate. We also see it here in line, but it's like a return to the past for me here. It's like doing, full circle. I don't know if this is a 12-year cycle that you've been in, that's almost coming to an end, or it started for you or for your person. Jupiter does 12 years, does do the whole zodiac every 12 years. For others of you, it could be 9 or 10 years, let's say. Think of the Fool's Journey, right? Your person is at the stage of Virgo, which Virgo is still a personal, more... Think of the horoscope, right? Think of the zodiac wheel. We start at Aries, which is at the rising, and Virgo is the 6th natural house, just before Libra, which is the house of relationship. So the bottom part of the chart is more personal, more about, I need to take care of me, as the Fool's Journey begins at Aries. Then is Taurus. Remember, Aries is the seed that we plant. Taurus is the earth that we plant the seed in, where we water it, we give it sun, and it's preparing to bloom, which it does in Gemini. Gemini is like the little sprout, right? It's the curiosity, the little sprout coming out of the earth and saying, oh, there's a journey here, a journey of discovery. The whole soul's journey is of discovery, but it happens in stages, right? So the little sprout comes out and is preparing to go on that journey, is always asking questions, just like Gemini does. And then the 4th house, which is Cancer, it's the newborn. It's the child that needs the mother, the nurturing, the loving, the security, the safety. The 5th house is the little kindergarten child that's gone to school and starts to play with the opposite sex, right? Very creative, very flirtatious. The birds and the bees are discovered there, right? And then the 6th house, which is the young teenager that goes out to work, discovery of providing a service to the world, right? Getting out to work, making your own money. And then is the house of relationship, which is Libra. So your person... And because we need to look at the more practical as well, because Virgo is about work, and your person may be someone that works a lot. I mean, Virgo is of service work. Virgo is about stable steps moving forward towards a particular outcome, and Virgo is an earth sign. So I don't know if your person holds Virgo. They could have, let's say, their North Node in Virgo or their South Node. They may have a moon in Virgo where they need to be certain, they need to feel secure before they move forward. There's a lot that can go into each card and the significations of them. So your person at this time is the Hermit, but they're coming to an end of a cycle because it is a 9. Let's see what's been going on in the recent past. Now it's interesting because we're just before the Virgo season as well. So I'm wondering if that's not going to be a significant season for your relationship, the person you're thinking about. So recently and in the past, we've got the star. Aquarius comes through. Let's take all the cards and then we will be talking about them. Let's see what's going on in the now. We've got the moon. What's crowning? We've got the world card. What is the action and advice, dear Spirit? We've got the sun. The outcome card. Wow, Libra, which is exactly what we were talking about, right? So it looks like the, I would say very importantly, of course, the Leo, Virgo, and Libra seasons will be important, surely. We've got Justice and we've got Libra here. Now, how are the planets helping or hindering? We've got the High Priestess. We've got the Hierophant and the High Priestess. This is a spiritual connection, no doubt. And we've got the Chariot. Beautiful. So the signs that have come through, Pisces, Sagittarius, Virgo, Aquarius, all the 4 fixed signs. So Leo, opposite is Aquarius, Scorpio and Taurus. Leo comes through very strongly. Libra, Taurus, Pisces again, and Cancer. These are the most important signs that have come through so far. Did I mention Capricorn? If I didn't, I should. Okay, because we've got Saturn here, and Saturn, of course, rules. We've got Aquarius, some Capricorn here as well. So we're talking about the recent past here with the Star card, and the Star card is a card of wishing. It could speak to something to do with the future. Now, I don't know if this is if you're dealing with a foreigner, you could be connecting through social media and the internet. Aquarius is all about breakthrough and breaking free and doing things differently. Maybe possibly having connected with someone that's got a very strong Uranus placement, or having connected with someone that you normally would not have chosen, unless that you can flip the energies, because I may be talking to you, whereas this is important for your person, significant for your person, or information on your person. So yeah, the Star is a card of hope. It can speak to logic, someone being very logical and not being so emotionally open, being more detached, looking at things from a distance, right? Or possibly even hoping, and this could be your energy, hoping that in the future a wish is fulfilled. Remember, Aquarius rules the natural 11th house, which is the house of groups associating with others, with a group of people. It's the house of friendship. So you may also have the foundation of friendship with this person, and your person may also deal with big groups of people. Someone who is a loner, I would say more so, but could be possibly that they've got a big because the 11th house is a very lucky house. Someone who's been quite lucky, who is held up by important people, or someone that is a business owner, someone that's been lucky in their life, possibly. But again, I'm going to say someone that is quite intelligent, but more colder, not so open emotionally. We could see that with the moon here as well. Remember also that Virgo is of service, so therefore your person more so shows their feelings towards you, or their caring through nurturing, through acts of service, and through acts of duty. more so than, in the communication arena, let's say, in the way that they open up and communicate their emotions and their feelings. So in the now position, we've got the moon. It's interesting because, okay, on the 9th, we're coming up to a full moon in the sign of Aquarius. We do have Leo Aquarius here, and that's the full moon. It will be, Sun in Leo and obviously the moon transiting through Aquarius. The moon does ring very strongly the sign of Cancer. Could be Pisces, could be Scorpio, let's say, but Pisces come through. Of course, the symbol of Pisces is here. For me, I always mention Cancer with the moon card. Why? Because Cancer rules the natural 4th house, which Cancer is ruled by the moon, and the moon is the mother. Pay attention to your dreams, to signs, synchronicities through your dream state, through visions, through your meditation as well. Remember that the moon is very hidden. There are a lot of factors that are hidden that are not being communicated. Hopefully, with this full moon in Aquarius, there will be some aha moments, some enlightenment, some breakthrough possibly. Lots of secrecy towards or regarding either your person's personal life. Maybe there is a lack of clarity because the moon can speak to doubt. So maybe there are doubts on both sides about what's going on in the other person's personal life. Remember that the moon can also speak to hidden things, mysteries, and doubts. So I do get that there are doubts, there are some mysteries, there's a lack of openness. And we'll see what comes through with that full moon. Pisces again is where the north node is, and the north node, the collective north node of the moon, transiting through the sign of Pisces, is our fate and destiny. So whenever that is activated, obviously by any planets transiting through Virgo and Pisces, because that's where the eclipses are happening. And if you've got strong Virgo Pisces, then it's a very fated time for you. Any planets that pass through Pisces Virgo do reactivate past or forthcoming eclipses. So keep that in mind. North and south nodes are the fate and destiny. So it is very important to be aware of where they are, where those points, those mathematical points are in your chart, plus also in the person that you're interested in, because that's the soul's destiny. It's where we're coming from and where we're heading. So in the crowning position, we've got the World card, a Saturnian energy, an ending of a life cycle. The Fool's journey comes to an end. Now, as I said, we are looking at all the fixed areas of the chart, fixed signs. So Leo, Aquarius, Taurus, and Scorpio. Fixed signs are they don't budge. Change is not easy for them. And the Fool's journey does take some time. It's not something that one could accomplish from one day to the other. Remember, Saturn is the lord of karma and timing and hard work and limitations and lessons and duty, and it's like climbing an uphill battle. So when we have the World card does speak to accomplishment. Getting to the World card is a big deal. It is a big deal. But as you know, we don't read reversals here, not in the general spread. So I feel that this card would probably be in the reverse, which is where either you or your person or this relationship is heading to an ending of a cycle, but we're not there yet. And why am I saying that we're not there yet? First of all, as an outcome, we've got the Justice card. Justice is relating to others. We've got doubts here. We've got the sun and the moon, which could talk to a new moon, which is a new seed, or a full moon, which is coming up. And a full moon, of course, is a culmination, a completion, as is the World card. So something, and remember that new moons take 6 months to complete. Of course, for each person, and I think it's too many details, what is showing up significantly here is a moon, a lunation in the sign of Pisces, which may have been very significant for you because the eclipses are happening there, as you remember. And we did have I think it was a lunar eclipse. Yes, it was a lunar eclipse last September, 18th of September. Maybe that is activated now. We do have Mars. Wow. How deep can you go? Let's just go to 0 Aries to help you follow along here. So here is Pisces and here is Mars at the late degrees of Virgo, so in opposition, because we have had eclipses here. We have had eclipses. Let's go back and see here. Okay, so 2024, 18th of September, a partial lunar eclipse at 2540, so 26 degrees of Pisces, which is where Mars is in opposition to. And 14th of March, it was at 24 degrees of Virgo, so Mars has just passed over that degree. So you see, this is how it works, my dear friends. So something needs to close up. I do feel that eclipses have been activated here, and so that lunar eclipse in September, right? Then we had a new moon, obviously, in Pisces in 2025. The new moon in Pisces, which was just a full moon. It wasn't an eclipse, right? But obviously, looking to the now, because if we had a new moon in Pisces, which wasn't an eclipse, there's a fourth coming. Hello, hello. 15 degrees of Pisces, total lunar eclipse when? On the 7th of September. So it's just around the corner. It's not very far, and we're entering eclipse energies already, the eclipse period. So something to do with the lunation, something to do with doubts, things that are hidden, mysteries, a fear of opening up emotionally. So that's why I feel that this card, which is, it's the highest point of the reading, it's what someone wants to reach. So what do we want to reach? What do you want to reach? What does your person want to reach? What do both of you want to reach? An ending of a karmic life cycle. And no more being the fool, because we do have the little fool right in the center there, as you could see. And again, you could be dealing with someone that's at a physical distance, which doesn't make it easy. Relationships that are physically far away from each other, secrecy is very easy. Deception is very easy. And it's not easy. It's not easy to sustain relationships that are at a distance, that believe other things than what you do, that have come from a different part of the world. They see things from a totally different standpoint. So, and I do feel that these relationships are very fated, which are filled with lessons. And remember, don't forget, even a twin flame, The twin flames need to do the work before they can come together, right? Just like a magnet, right? They draw each other in, they attract each other, but then other times they repel, just like a magnet does. Why? Because the work still needs to be done. So as I always say, it's a very fine line when where you cannot understand, is this a karmic relationship or is this a twin flame relationship? There's a very fine line between the two. But what do I know? And let's go to the next position. I think we've taken a fair bit of time. The Sun card, Leo comes through. We're in the Leo season. Happy birthday, my beautiful Leo people. Happy birthday to my nephew tomorrow, who's celebrating his birthday. And the action and advice says that the Sun is going to come through, and you know that the Sun, of course, is the heart. The Sun rules Leo, rules the natural 5th house, and the Sun can speak to reconciliation, success, ego. We're talking about a fixed sign here. Leo is very fixed, but it is also very confident, could be very successful, very creative, very flirtatious, very popular. Someone who's up on stage and performs is seen by many people. But the action and advice says that a risk needs to be taken, a risk. We need to feel confident. We need to know that we can create, that we can attract, that we can take a risk where love is concerned. We, and that means you or your person. The Sun can speak to a little bit of ego. That would be the shadow side of Leo. And that could come because of success, because of someone's opportunities in their life. I mean, just the fact that we've got Leo here, because the shadow side to Leo is that Leo wants to lead. We're talking about a leader, someone who's very confident, or what else does the Sun mean? It means clarity. It means that something is going to be healed. A heart could be healed. A relationship can be healed through clarity, because here we've got the darkness, here we've got the light. And we just only recently, a few days ago, we had a new moon in Leo. A new moon in Leo, right? Which was right opposite Pluto, which was the light and the darkness. And this new moon is now growing. It's waxing. So it will start to show us what this new moon is about. Are you dealing with a Leo? That is a possibility, or you've got strong Leo in your own chart. The Sun can also speak to the inner child and someone who's got children as well. Right, and let's not forget that Mercury is retrograde in Leo and will be connecting with the Sun, conjoining with the Sun in 1 or 2 days. So we're going to have some sort of awakening. There's a rebirth going on of information. So because right now Mercury is so close to the Sun, he's combust, he's burnt, he's going through a burning process. Therefore, the information is not coming in. Everything is stuck. And remember, Mercury is not only info, he's all about movement, right? Understanding, perception. Everything is stuck right now, my dear friends. We can see it in our environment. Personally, I talk with a lot of people and I can see it everywhere. I'd love to hear from you what you think about that. And so we're going through a revisit of possible situations that have been going on that we're returning to. So Leo comes through very strongly, and Mercury retrograding there. There's something in Leo. Either you or your person has got something in Leo. That's a very significant message that I'm getting. Now, the outcome is justice, and it's a very, very karmic card. It's what is justice? It's Libra, and it is our relationships, right? Mars is preparing to enter Libra in the next few days, where he's not strong. Libra, Mars is war. He's the god of war, and Libra is the sign of peace. So having a bull in a china store would be Mars in Libra. Mars needs to tiptoe around as he's visiting the home of Venus. So sometimes he can be more nurturing, more loving, but as he's coming up to oppose Saturn, because Mars is anything cutting, right? Mars is fire, desire. He's and Libra is the sign of justice, equality, balance. There can be frustration when there's no equality, when there's no balance, right? But, Mars in Libra can also say that I'm on my way, and that's where I'm putting my energy to find my other half, to have an equal relationship, to go through a separation process. If you're in a commitment, you're in a commitment, or your person's in a commitment, could be. Remember, this is a reverse card, which is the Fool's Journey. In the future is going to come to an end with a success, but someone has to follow their heart. Someone has to be confident and not live in their fears. Keep what's in their psyche. This is like not wanting to deal with something. It's like checking out. I'm gonna deal with this on my own. I fear, I don't have the confidence, I don't know, I can't trust. There's distrust here, there's fear of deception. I do get the Seven of Swords energy. But it's like Spirit wants to put things right with the Justice card, and Justice is very karmic. So the proposition here, or the potential, is coming into balance. Remember, Justice is like a portal, an opening. Libra is a double sign. When you look at the glyph, right, it's a double sign, the little symbol. So there's a lot of back and forth. Someone's trying to get to a relationship where there will be equality, and that comes through communication, through legalities, through loving thyself, and not just sacrificing for the relationships. Remember, Mars in Libra, Mars is the ruling planet of Aries, and Aries is I love thyself, I, me, my. So Mars in Libra is sort of teaching us that we need to love ourselves so that we could find, self-love attracts the right relationship where someone is whole within themselves. They love themselves too, and therefore able to love the other person. So I do see moments of war, oppositions, right? Opposing energies, but also because Libra can also be, let's put everything up on the table, let's talk about this, let's find the middle position, let's look for peace, let's take action towards finding the peace and the harmony. So I like the fact that we've got the Justice card, and we also see here in the planetary alignments that having the High Priestess, which could be the third person, we've got the marriage card. I mean, the Hierophant is marriage. The High Priestess is the other woman. But we've also got a very strong spiritual connection here. This is a divine union. And there's telepathy here, surely. And we also see the High Priestess. She always holds a key, and that key is the knowledge, the know-how as to move forward. Remember, she also sits between two pillars. She holds the wisdom. So the divine feminine, whoever holds the feminine, the yin energy, needs to trust in their higher self, trust what Spirit is telling them. The wisdom comes from within, right? But also we've got the Hierophant here, which the Hierophant, yes, can speak to spirituality, but also someone's beliefs. And here, because we've got Pisces, and here we've got Taurus. Taurus is a fixed earth sign, more about the practical, what I see is what I believe, whereas Pisces, I believe in the unknown. I believe what I cannot see, but I believe also signs that Spirit is sending me, and I believe that there's more to this connection than just the mundane, the physical, right? Because Taurus, yes, is a Venus ruled sign, so Venus is can be practical, can be, anything beautiful is Venus in Taurus. Could have been a gift. It could have been, a stable, long-lasting connection which has not progressed, let's say. But, and speaking of Taurus, Uranus has been transiting Taurus for the past 7 years and now is trialing in Gemini. So leaving the area of Taurus free for a little while. And of course, with Uranus transiting through Taurus, what has been believed, because, Taurus believes in security, believes in the physical and the practical. Can this relationship work on a mundane, a practical level, a daily life level? And that's where I see the polarity between the feminine and the masculine. That the masculine is more about hands-on, more about the practical side of this relationship, whereas the feminine is more about the ethereal, the spiritual, and the synchronistic, dreams, signs, so on and so forth. And then we've got the Chariot here. Interesting, because we've got a 2, a 5, and then a 7. So there is, again, transition. We see the Chariot here, and the Chariot is movement, change, a change of home, leaving the past in the past and moving towards the future. Remember, Cancer is where Mars was retrograding and in Leo. So I feel that as Mars now is going to enter the sign of relationship, because Mars did his homework relative to the past, right? As we've been talking, it's been months that Mars was retrograding through Cancer and Leo. Cancer is the, let's say, the more the psyche, more the emotional, the more secretive, the more personal, and Leo is more about the heart, more about being out there and not hiding anything. So I feel now that Mars has entered Libra, now, remember, because Cancer is ruled by the moon, and we're coming up to eclipses, I do feel that now the spread here is telling me now change is coming in. Someone has made up their mind, because this is a card of victory and change and decision to take that Chariot, the Charioteer, right? Which would be, the Aquarius energy, because obviously the Charioteer is guided by the stars that we see in the traditional tarot. Above his head we see the stars, so he's guided towards his wish fulfillment, which may have been at a timely or at a physical distance, may have been blocked because of truths, may have been blocked because of fear of open heart, or even letting someone in fully into their life. And I do feel that that could be more so coming from your person, because I do see, lots of secrecy there. The Hermit doesn't talk, right? He holds the wisdom. I hope at some point that the Hermit comes to the end of the road where he's ready to make the changes. He's seen the light. He's done the work. He's gone through an awakening. I do feel your person is going through an awakening, surely. And the Hermit could also be an advisor. This could be a solicitor, not only a doctor. Because I do see here there is a pending ending to a major life cycle. Because, all these cycles, you've done cycles. Maybe you've done cycles from past incarnations, not only in this lifetime. But the potential outcome here is the Justice card, whatever that means for you. Let's take a peek at what's at the bottom. Wow, everyone, and we've got the Tower. So there is going to be an aha moment, an awakening, a wow factor here. Of course, we do see Mars, but I do get Uranus here as well. The Tower, of course, is a rude awakening, sudden shift. Uranus is now in Gemini. Gemini is the house or the sign of communication, adjustments, choices, perception. And Uranus is in a wonderful position connecting with Pluto, which can bring change, because obviously some relationship here has not been built on solid ground. This tower needs to come up and something be built in its place. We see the thunder and the lightning here. So I do get tension, I do get anger. I do see sudden changes, but sudden enlightenment as well. Remember, Mars is going to be in Libra, which is an air sign. So if Mars is fire in an air sign, there could be huge explosions, explosive moments, but they will bring awareness. They will bring awareness, which is what's positive. And whatever has been stuck and not moving will be jolted into action. All right, so we've got a fair idea now what could possibly play out. Okay, going back to the Hierophant, this could speak to someone being in a marriage, because there's a spiritual connection outside of a marriage. That's what we see here. And it's been hard because obviously the Hierophant is called faith. Let's take one layer of tarot on these positions. At the end of the reading, and thank you for liking, sharing and subscribing, we'll be taking the Universal Love Oracle today. We will take 3 little cards from the Little Greek Love Oracle. And we'll be taking the zodiac signs as well as the love messages. Oh, it's gone dark all of a sudden. And it's only early afternoon here in Greece. Oh, we had a fire burning really close to where I live. So, yeah, got a little bit scary yesterday. I hope that you're all sound and safe. I mean, the heat has just been over the top past few weeks here in Greece. And from what I hear in various parts of the US and in Europe, of course, we've had scorching hot days. Let's see, dear Spirit, thank you for your guidance. Let's get more information on what's going on with this divine spread. Let's take all the positions first. Let's go 8 of Pentacles. The Hermit. We've got 9 of Wands. See, there's the 9 of Wands. Someone's wall up is up. Another 9. Your person is not ready, but they're coming to the end of the road before they let you in, before whether they're daring enough to let you in or not. They will be made. They will be pushed from Spirit. We've got the Tower as the general energy. The Star card recently. Someone's wish fulfillment about a potential new beginning, or hoping for that in the future. The Moon card, 3 of Wands. The World card, 6 of Swords. The Sun card. The Magician. Obviously when Mercury turns direct, you'll have the resolution. Not to say that if you're expecting someone to return, we've still got, I mean, today is the 30th of July, we've still got 13 days to go before Mercury turns direct. So what is the outcome with the Justice card? We've got the 6 of Pentacles. Love that. Why do we have the High Priestess? What is the key? Show us the key. What is the knowledge that we need to know? We've got the 2 of Cups. What about the Hierophant here? We've got 3 of Cups, and that's what someone's wishing for. And the Chariot is taking us where? To the 10 of Cups, my dear friends. Incredible. Incredible. So what the Wheel is telling us here at the foundation is that either you're connected through work or a lot of work needed to be done yet. we've got Virgo energy. Virgo is slow. Remember, slow, very slow. Eight of Pentacles. Someone that works a lot. Someone that's been going through major life changes where work is concerned, or possibly also I want to say also that someone's been triggered, and it's more than likely the feminine, because I did say the feminine is more in tune, more ahead, where her awakening and her understanding of this union is concerned, that someone did go through their awakening, and it did lead on to, it could be a business, a personal business, because the Eight of Pentacles is someone fine-tuning their art, right? What they're working on. And Jupiter, of course, can bring abundance. Jupiter is also a very, a planet of benevolence, truth, and seeing the bigger picture, right? It's a very spiritual planet. Remember, the wisdom came from Zeus, from Jupiter. The wisdom that was given, the flame that was given. Prometheus gave the flame to humanity, and therefore people became civilized. So the wisdom and the knowledge, the intelligence and seeing the bigger picture, having that wider perspective, comes from Jupiter. So maybe someone has gone into business. Maybe someone did go through an awakening which helped them where work is concerned. Every person that enters our life enters for a particular reason, and that was possibly one of the reasons here. But also this connection, also, even though it was through work, Spirit was asking that more work needs to be done. That work needed to be done in where someone's beliefs are concerned, because we've got the faith, belief or religion. Yes, but also that someone was very inspired. So this relationship helped inspire them to create something of value, to bring in the money, whatever it is. So this connection kept someone that was in a very mundane situation, working at things, working hard, possibly just like a muse. I do feel that the divine feminine was like a muse to her person, which gave them strength through either their work or their hard days. And you can flip the energies on that. So where your person is concerned, we've got the Nine of Wands. They've still got a wall up, and that's what I see here. They still need a little bit of time. It's as though, they've been through a lot, and they're probably seeking the advice externally plus also internally. It's as though you're not in yet, my dear friends. In the recent past, as I said, Ace of Cups, possible news or communication that brought an opportunity, or that brought some happiness, let's say. Or that the star promises a wish fulfillment, an opportunity for a new beginning in the future, or around the Aquarius energy. The Aquarius full moon, is it ahead? Or is it the next Aquarius season? I don't know. It's like a promise. Here in the now, it's like we're waiting on those ships to come in, but there are still a lot of doubts, because Three of Wands could speak to third parties, of course, and someone needs to turn their back on that third party, because we've got the Three of Cups here as well, but we've got the Two of Cups on the High Priestess. So you see, surely for many of you this involves travel, or this new journey will begin, because the Fool comes after the World card. Once this journey is complete, the World card this journey needs to come to an end before this transition. It can be a metaphorical or a literal transition, because right now, unless this world card is in the upright, and this story, this recent life cycle chapter closes, then the door can open. If it does not complete energetically, it's as though you're at the Five of Swords still. and someone's still in battle. There are still limitations. Saturn, the Lord of karma and timing. And remember, Saturn and Neptune have not finished in Pisces yet. And that's a completion of a major life cycle, because Pisces is the last karmic 12th house of the zodiac. The advice, the action and advice is try to keep the communication line open. And that also there will be clarity if there's been a little bit of funny business, because the magician could be the trickster. There can be trickery, misconception, misunderstandings. And that's why that's why Mercury is retrograde in Leo. So misunderstandings, misconception, a lack of good communication where matters of heart are concerned. But as Mercury is going to turn direct and start to bring the resolution and the understanding, there will be talks from the heart. And, I pray and I hope that that is the case for you, that your person will be able to crack open their heart and be more confident about giving you the clarity. Right? Okay. Remember that we're having eclipses in this September period, which is the Virgo season, Virgo Libra season. And we're just around the corner. So I do feel we're in very important times right now with the Magician here. I want to take one more card on that Magician. Remember, the Magician for me is like an alignment of the stars that help you understand, help bring the truth. Yeah, about someone coming to an ending of a cycle. 10 of Wands is a heavy burden. Now, the 6 of Pentacles here, to me, this is a Libra card as well. Even though it's an Earth card, right? Pentacles speak to practical matters, money. You could be dealing with someone that is in a position to pay others. You may have been in a connection where your person was giving more to a past relationship, less to you, because that's how, that's the meaning of this card. But also, to me, because we've got the scales twice here, this is a double message, that someone could be going through separation, divorce, and paying their due diligence, paying what they need to karmically. And for you, this could be a return for you on, this could be your dharma. This is what's fated. So someone's giving money out, someone's receiving, and it's very, very karmic indeed. What you've done, you will receive. That's the laws of nature. That's karma dharma. And we've got the Queen of Pentacles, Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus. We do see strong earth here. We've got fire, we've got air, we've got water. Of course, Gemini comes through as well. Gemini, Virgo here. Yeah, I think we've mentioned quite a few signs. The Queen of Pentacles, she knows her worth, she knows her power. It feels as though she's being given this pentacle. I mean, she's like flaunting it to me. That's what I'm getting here. This is what she's been given. And what is this pentacle? It is a promise for something long term. As the stars align as well here, we've got the Two of Cups, right? Soulmate connection, divine union. We've got the Three of Cups, which could be a reconciliation, but also someone coming out of a third party situation, because it's on the card of, marriage, which is the Hierophant, right? Or you need to keep the faith that there will be a meeting, a get together, that the stars will align for you to be able to see things from the same level. And there's movement. This could be literal movement to the Ten of Cups. It could be emotional movement to the Ten of Cups, which this, if this Chariot is leaving behind another connection, another marriage, or a life cycle, a chapter in your life where someone needed to grow and mature and learn their own lessons, could be for both of you. Now it's all about movement And possibly because the Ten of Cups also can turn into the Ace, someone could be leaving a family situation, because Ten of Cups is the, it's a completion, it's a family unit. Or this Chariot is taking you to your bliss and your happiness. And because something may have begun from the recent past. Let's take one more on that Ace of Cups. I want more information. Three of Pentacles. This is collaboration. This is like being on the first step towards working on something, or being noticed for the magic that you hold, for the truth that you stand in. But also, again, work comes into the picture. Why do we have the Nine of Wands on the Hermit? Why? We've got Queen of Swords. Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. Queen of Swords is Libra more so. She's turned her back on those Nine of Wands. There's a detach here. And maybe in the Libra season there will be a clearing out. Queen of Swords will speak her truth, and she will cut through any issues. Right? She also makes a decision. She's come to a decision. But she could also be an ex or a partner. And children can be involved as well here with the Page of Pentacles, which grows to the Queen of Pentacles here. What else do I want to see? This is another 10. It turns into an Ace. And there's the High Priestess again. Goodness me. So it's going to take a little bit of time. The key is here. The key is within, but the key is also that your person needs to acknowledge the reality of the situation as well. There can be a little bit of fear, because she's very powerful, the High Priestess. She's very, very powerful. She's got the knowledge. She holds the scrolls, right? She's got the book. There can also be a little bit of a lack of confidence if you're dealing with someone that this is all very new to them. I mean, if the Divine Feminine is very aware and very awake and very in tune with spirit. Remember, they used to fear witches. They used to burn them back in the days because they were very knowledgeable. And they used to burn their cats with them, unfortunately. Knowledge is not only... it's something that we need to share. It should be given for free, logically should be passed down. But there's still taboo. There's still taboo. So maybe that could also be something that brings up a little bit of fear. Because remember, the sun means confidence. Nothing hidden under the sun. Let's have a look at that Six of Swords in the world. Yeah, we've got the Death card, so something needs to come to an end before you can move forward. Right, there's the Death card, and there's Scorpio coming through very strongly. Why do we have the Three of Wands on the Moon? We've got a King of Cups. So we've got a King of Cups and we've got a Queen of Pentacles. Interesting. Obviously here, this is someone that's ready to open their heart. Obviously. Someone who's very secretive where their emotions are concerned, surely. King of Cups, Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces. With strong fire, possibly in their chart. Or maybe they're very courageous, very strong-willed where business and work and vocation is concerned. But in the emotional arena, in the love arena, they needed their time, because we've got an actual king here. Right, King of Cups, and very many times could be going through fluctuations, emotional fluctuations at this time, which could be very challenging. They could be going through a breakup. Whatever they're leaving behind, whoever they're leaving behind. What's at the foundation? We've got the Knight of Pentacles. Virgo comes through again, very slow, strategic. That's Mars in Virgo. the Knight of Pentacles knows where he wants to go, and we've got a Queen of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles. There could be an age difference as well, unless you're dealing with a someone that's very unemotionally balanced, someone that's, because this could be King of Cups on the moon, could be someone who's got melancholy or depression, suffering with psychological issues, and therefore very unemotionally balanced. Unless, you know, this is someone that you could be leaving behind, as there is a younger individual, strong Earth coming through, strong Virgo I get again, and Six of Wands. So again, someone who could be successful with what they do, works very hard, and there's the Tower. Obviously, a Tower moment has happened recently, and we've got the Six of Cups, some sort of an awakening about a soulmate, wanting to find balance, but being strategic and planning for the future, taking that pentacle towards the future. Let's see emotionally what's going on, possibly with your person. Let's look at your person. The person you're hoping to manifest. Not if you're dealing with a past relationship and a possible futuristic or a present. We're looking at the person that you're interested about, and the person you're wanting to manifest. So, dear Spirit, please guide us. How are they feeling? What's going on in their psyche? Barriers. You see the door is closed. Saturnian energy. Fall. Not very happy at this time at all. I do get very strong Saturnian energy. Fall. This does speak to the Tower for me as well. Big changes. It's like these barriers are coming down, but because they've seen the light, this is Pisces, or because they're going through a release of a life journey, because that's Pisces. And then we've got the karma has been received. Fate is playing out here. It's as though they're saying, okay, I get it now. That's enough. I've had enough. I've received my karma. I've paid my dues. Now what? And the re is like a return to me. Let's take one more. Yep, we've got an offer on the table here, and it's showing up from a soulmate. There's a lot of fire, a lot of desire here, and action, and a possible commitment, or someone's leaving a commitment, going into a new connection. Take it as it resonates. Big dreams towards this commitment, a fresh start. There's a desire for that. Telepathic communication, someone having gone through a destruction and an awakening. Not an easy one, my dear friends. Let's take the little love oracle and concentrate on your person, as we'll be taking their messages for you, and then you can comment beneath the video for your personal love message from your person. What is the potential here? Again, we see the energy of Pisces here, but to me it's like Capricorn and then Pisces. So to me it's showing for many of you, the bigger picture of Saturn, Neptune needing to finish up in Pisces, which may have been even a 14-year cycle. For some of you may have been 3-year cycle. Will be different for each of you. What is the potential in love? We've got the Empress, or the Queen of Pentacles. We've got the Cats, and we've got the Pig. Okay, the Pig is a very lucky card. It's all about a spiritual connection, not only a physical connection. What you see is not everything. There's more to it. And it's the World card, number 21. But this is the Empress here, the loving, nurturing individual, whether it's a Empress or an Emperor. Let's say mainly it's the Empress, so all queens come under the Empress. She's very motherly. She's very nurturing. The Cats can speak to intelligence, sneakiness, But in this deck, because it's a 12, it's the hanging man, it's the surrendering, it's the unconditional love. You can see that the Empress, of course, she will sacrifice for her little cubs, her little kittens. She's very much the mother, the nurturing, the motherly figure. But she needs also to be intelligent. Now, the fact that she is seen as a cat, maybe there have been trust issues from your person, let's say. But to me, it's like Spirit is saying, trust that there will be a release, and the sacrifices, the nurturing, the patience is attracting in the right person. And not only, for some of you, maybe this began through friendship, through a platonic, through a spiritual connection, maybe that is turning more physical, or the other way around. Because this card speaks to luck, abundance, awareness, and spiritual enlightenment. Right? It's like Venus having gone through a rebirth. You see Venus up in the sky. She's ethereal. So 21 is the World card. Remember what I spoke of, a chapter coming to a close. And we've got 6 of Wands and 8 of Wands. Good news, unless this is next to a bad card. We don't have any bad cards. So this is sudden. You could see she's got an envelope. She dropped the envelope. There's sudden communication. Love messages. I'm flying in. You're going to feel proud. You're going to feel successful. The message is coming from someone who is successful, who does need to travel, take a flight to come and visit you. Okay? So big changes ahead. Expect the unexpected, especially with a tower there. All right? So let's take the zodiac signs first. Which zodiac signs are important? We've mentioned a lot, but if you're mentioned again here, your sign or your person's, then that is important. So let's go. Sagittarius, Scorpio, Aries, Taurus, 2 more, Capricorn, and Gemini, my dear friends. They're the main signs here that are coming through. Let's take the message from Spirit before we take your personal, your love messages, the general love messages. So dear Spirit, universal love, please guide us. What is the message to this love reading, to love at this point? Remember, this is done on the 30th of July 2025, but you can take it as a timeless, because if you see this a month later, it could be important for you. The general theme, as remember, it's a general reading, it's not just for you. Let's take the message. Thank you, Spirit, for your guidance. We've got the Goddess. I do get Venus very strongly with the Goddess here. Let's see what the message is. Look at the image and note the feelings that emerge. The lady in the picture with the moon reflecting behind her is here to remind you of your intuitive and creative power that has somewhat faded over the past months. There is much to be gained by reconnecting with your innate creative power, for it is the very essence of life and all creation. Is that going to clear? Yeah, great. All it takes is for you to look inside. Intuition, creativity, and reflection are your 3 greatest tools. With them, you can anticipate, respond to, and draw wisdom from the world around you. Pay attention to what you feel in your heart and let your inner goddess shine through you. She holds the power of the entire universe, and as such, so do you. So what this is telling me is that the power relative to this relationship is within you. Remember, we've also got the Empress here, and we've got the Queen of Pentacles here. You hold, it's the divine feminine that is holding the power over this connection. So if you've doubted that, then you need to come back into your strength and into your power. And I'm saying that especially to a special friend whose name starts with A, and she knows she's turning into the Empress. My darling friend, you know who you are. Okay, so we've all got the Empress within us. As long as we know, we trust that through... Remember what the cats spoke to. They spoke to the ability to love and nurture and protect. And therefore, that's the gift that we receive through acts of service. And of course, a mother could be, we could be talking about men who've got that motherly, nurturing side to them. So we do have some men watching here. And thank you. I'd love to hear from you if you're here and you're a yang energy. You classify yourself in the yang energy, please mention. Let's see what the person of your desire is thinking. Let's go. I'm finally seeing the consequences of my action, and that's exactly what we see here with the received. I'm more affected than you know. I need more time to figure things out. Lying was just easier for me than telling you the truth. I've never forgotten you, even though you think I have. Being apart has been life-changing for me. And I feel badly for the way that I treated you. You didn't deserve that. No other compares to you. And I miss you regardless of how things seem. Wow. I feel that the Divine Feminine has got the upper hand in this spread, in this energetic read. So take advantage of it. Let it lead you. And I would say listen to the message once again and meditate on that. All right, my dear friends. Thank you so much for liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting. Do leave your yes please beneath the video, and I will get back to you at some point. Dear patrons, I'm working on the love readings. Give me a few days, not many, and I'll have those out to you. And dear patrons, 50% off a personal reading. Hurry in before I take a break, because August is a month of breaks and relaxation here in Greece, if you did not know that, and in quite a few European countries. In August, everything stops. You can't find a lawyer, you can't get a doctor. It's like everything stops in Greece, because that's what Greeks are all about. They believe in working hard, and most Greeks are not lazy. Most Greeks are very hard workers, and that's been proven over time. Greeks have migrated to many, many countries, and they've started businesses as they provided service to the world. A lot of business owners, shop owners have been of great service to the world. So they're not lazy, most of them, even though we've got a bad name for laziness. Because Greeks like to they like to get out and about and meet up with their friends. Remember, Greece is Aquarius, and Aquarius is friendships. So they believe in working hard, but playing hard as well, and relaxing and enjoying life. And that's what life should be about. We shouldn't be like robots and just taking off a week for the whole year. That's not enough. And that was the life back in Australia. And that's why we moved to Greece, just so you know, because more quality of life, even though things are not easy, and they're not easy anywhere, my dear friends. So yeah, just a little bit of trivia, a little bit of information that may interest you. I will love you and leave you right now. I've just got Gaia on my left. She's under the sun, soaking in that vitamin D. little Rocky is with my daughter, and Agape is probably outside on the balcony. She must have strong Taurus for sure. She loves the flowers and the trees. Anyway, my loves to all of you. I will be back, and I will let you know when I'm taking a break. So we may miss a messenger, we may miss a twin flame soulmate connection reading. Get in touch, ask questions, divinedebut11@gmail.com. Love to connect with you. Talk to you soon. Love you all lots.